Hello, it's Layefa. How are you? We can talk about it now. I did an onion rinse, onion juice rinse, thingy bob. Things to do should you choose to do an onion rinse, and things not to do if you do an onion rinse. Now, I highly recommend using onion. It's really, really good for your hair, and it's been scientifically proven to promote hair growth. It actually also cleanses the scalp from impurities as well, and it also it's also good for grey hairs, so it reduces the appearance of grey hairs. Onion is really good for alopecia as well, and also for male balding, premature balding. Brilliant for that. So I'm on to this onion game. But girl, when I tell you, if you choose to do this onion thing, you need to make sure, one, all your windows and doors are open, or you stand outside in the garden or the balcony or veranda or whatever it is that you have, and let your hair air out, because the smell, when I tell you, you will be smelling like stew for the longest time. The first time I did the onion juice, right, the failure was so epic.
So the first time I used the onion, I blended it with water, and this was the consistency. I used the pulp along with the juice and applied it straight onto my scalp, really concentrating on my temples and all my edges. I then sort of used the remainder and just smothered it all over my head. I placed a shower cap on top of my head. You don't do, please don't cook your hair in that, because it will be harder to get the smell out. And then I used hot water to try and get it out, and this was the result. The pulp got caught up in all my kinks and curls, and my hair just wasn't clean enough, and it was just a hot mess. For best result, I advise to use the juice only and not to use the pulp.
That you don't do the first time, but I want to show you anyway, because it was such a learning experience, and I was like, oh girl, if people try and take shortcuts with the onion juice, and don't do it, because you will end up smelling like an onion for the longest time. I'm not even joking. This is the third time I've had to wash my hair this week because of not just the smell, but getting the pulp out of my hair. It got all tangled in the kinkiness and the coiliness. Don't do it. But you know what? Enough of me talking, and I'm just gonna show you what I got up to.
So this is the second time round, and this is the onion that I'm using, and I'm just peeling off the skin and getting ready to chop it up. Now I actually do have a juicer, but I don't know why, it's been in the box since I bought it, so don't ask me questions. But here I am. I'm just going to take half an onion for this. I don't need the whole thing, and I chop it up into small or medium to small pieces. I'm going to use this extra virgin olive oil. So I just put the onions into the blender, and unlike the first time, I do not add water to it, but instead I just add a bit of extra virgin olive oil. And what this does is it helps to disguise the smell, and it's supposed to assist with the penetration of the onion as well. So here it is, just blending all nicely. Once I'm done, I get a clean and empty bowl, cover it with a clean tea towel, maybe something that you're not using very often, or it could be cotton, and I pour the onion into the tea towel. And what that does is the tea towel acts as a sieve to separate the onion juice from the pulp. So what you'll find is the pulp will stay at the top, and the juice will start to seep through the bottom into the bowl. Now here I am just collecting the tea towel in my hands and just beginning to squeeze it out so I can get as much juice as possible. And as you can see, this is just half an onion. I don't need loads. Well, I just don't want to use loads, but I'm getting a good amount of juice coming out of that. You could choose to use the pulp for a stew if you like, but I just threw away the rest. And here I am pouring it into an applicator. What I like about this applicator is you can measure Now here I am with semi-clean hair. At least it's cleaner than the first time I did it. And I just shake it well because the onion has separated a little bit from the oil. And I just begin to apply it onto my scalp, really focusing on the areas that I really think my hair doesn't grow as well. So my temples, my edges. And then I just go around my whole scalp, parting it in sections and making sure that I'm getting the onion everywhere. And while I do this, as the juice starts to seep through, I don't mind if it runs through my hair. It won't do any harm to my hair. And then I just massage my scalp without scratching it, so that way I'm stimulating the sebaceous glands at the same time and also stimulating hair growth. And this was a much better result, but getting the onion out was a lot easier. I didn't have any problem once I rinsed it out with hot water. If you're wondering, I didn't use shampoo the second time round. I did just use hot water and it was a lot better. I didn't have any pulp. The smell wasn't as strong, which could have been the extra virgin oil, which helped to disguise the smell. You could also use chili oil if you wish, but this was the oil that I had in my cupboards.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope that has been a learning experience for you, because it surely was for me. If you have any questions, comment below, let me know. Yes, and until my next video, think smart, work hard, make it happen. Bye.
So, yeah.